Hey team, it's Financial Friday and I'm obviously not here this morning, and so I put this video together for you. I just wanted to share a few things and put things into perspective and scale. We throw a lot of numbers around in the world today and they aren't real meaningful for us, and so I just want to share some scale numbers for you on the difference between millions, billions, and trillions, so that when you hear somebody talk about something that you have a perspective of how much those numbers are. So here we go. So the first one I did was in time. And so if we go seconds, and our first guy here, and we go 1 million seconds, that's 12 days from now. So not next week, but the following week, almost the end of that, we will be 12 days. That's for 1 million seconds. So 1,000, 2, 1,000. We did that straight, it'd take us 12 days. To give you any idea, a billion is 1,000 million, and that would be 31 years. Some of you guys have still got a few years to go to get to being that old. That's 1 billion seconds. So the difference between 1 million, 12 days to 31 years. Lot of seconds. But then the real big one, the next jump here is when we go to trillion. How long is that? Well, a trillion is I can't even explain it. It's a lot. It's a million, thousand million, a million, something like that. Anyways, the time frame on that is 31,688 years. That's in seconds. So, you know, a huge thing there. 12 days, 31 years, 31,688 years. So just keep that in mind, perspective, when people throw around these kind of numbers in the news. Let's do something a little bit more. I'm on my way to, when you're watching this, I'm on my way to Fernley, Nevada. I'm doing some stuff out there with my business team today. And if we went in feet and we traveled up 80 and over through Lake Tahoe, Fernley, Nevada is 189 miles in that direction. And so that would that's 1 million feet that I would travel to get there. When we go to 1 billion, that's 7.5 times around the world. It's 189,000 miles. Or to give you an idea, that's how many miles the box van was that we sold a little while ago. It had right around 160,000 miles. Anyways, it had a lot of miles on it. It took us we drove that much in 15 years of going to installs in that van. So just a time frame, 3 hours, 15 years driving, 7.5 times around the world. 80% of the distance to the moon. That's how much a billion feet is. So then we zip over here to a trillion. Simple one on there, and this is one out of scale thing to another, but that's a round trip to the sun and back. So a long ways, or back, we can maybe relate to this one a little bit better. That's 7,575 times around the world at the equator. Like I said, that's 189,393,939 miles. A lot of miles. So wanted to share that for you. And the reason I'm sharing that, in the news, they're talking, the government is talking about spending $5 trillion. So we throw that around, we have no connection on what it is. Hopefully now there's a little bit of scale there of how much money that is. So I'm gonna go, a Nimitz class aircraft carrier, which this is a picture of right here, cost $10 billion to build. Okay, lots and lots of money, lots and lots of time. That transportation bill is $5 trillion. We could build 500 of those aircraft carriers for that $5 trillion. Huge. I think we've got 10 of them. I don't know how many are active duty, but we built 10 of them, and we could build 490 more for that. And that money all comes from somewhere. And so later on, as we continue on these Financial Fridays, we'll talk about taxes and other stuff there. But when you hear that number, just realize that's a lot of money.